Hello, 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 and welcome back to the Armchair Pundits. We have a different show for you today. We have a show that's going to continue this season and most likely next season as well. We have Daniel here doing an Arsenal post-match review. So,
Indeed.
how you doing, bro?
Yeah, not too bad, thanks. Not too bad. We're still looking up at you lot, but it's all good.
Hey, what can I say? It's been a not a great week for Liverpool, but it's been
Yeah,
a good season. It's been a good
yeah,
season.
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
looking forward
yeah,
to May.
yeah. Yeah, well, you got to get there first, innit? Let's see.
Yeah.
No
True that,
mishaps
true that.
along the way. Yeah.
But before we get along, guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to share. Also smash that notification button. Oh, I can't even speak. But yeah, you guys won 1-0. What was your take on the game?
Do you know what? It wasn't the usual performance that we would kind of expect at home. Um, I guess we were looking for more from the midfield. But the creative spark hasn't been there for quite some time, really, to be honest with you. Odegaard is a bit of a one-man show in terms of the creative spark, and if he's not on form, if he's not lighting that fuse, then nobody else really is kind of carrying that creative torch. So
Mm.
it was a hard watch. I mean, there was a couple flicks and tricks and that, but yeah, I mean, Declan played well. He worked hard, but other than that, we just kind of seemed to let them have the ball. As you said before we started, Chelsea had more possession.
Yeah, 59%. I was
Yeah,
surprised because that's
doesn't
normally your bag to have the ball.
it don't normally happen at the Emirates at all. Never. Very rarely that happens. But I guess it goes to show where we are at the moment in terms of the level of confidence. The previous three games before that, we only picked up 2 from 9. So to get kind of the momentum going in a big game like that is really difficult. Especially, I think Chelsea had started to kind of gather some pace and momentum as well. So. And obviously, Casado always likes a game against us. Since we didn't sign him, he's got a bit of a he's got a bit of something against us, man. Every time he's always talking about us or trying to kick one of our players or something, man.
He kicks everyone.
He kicks everyone, yeah, yeah. But yeah,
I was surprised when I looked at the stats because there's no big chances in the game for either team.
none,
Normally,
no,
someone has a big chance. You're seeing big chances missed. I looked at the stats. XG, you had 0.71, they had 0.36. You had 12 shots on goal. They had 8. You had 4 on target. They had 2.
mm,
And
mm.
it was a battle of attrition.
It was poor. I think it goes to show at the moment the lack of firepower from the two teams as well. Like no real
Mm,
big chances to no real finishers. I mean, Trossard, for all intents and purposes, Trossard is supposed to be the best finisher at the club. But I don't know. I almost prefer that he's a sub because he's got something to work for
mm.
when he comes on. At the
Yeah.
moment, he knows he's starting every game, so the sharpness for
Complacent.
me, very, 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 yeah, very much so. I mean, who's he getting dropped for? Nobody. So
That's true. That's true. But Marino, he's not a striker, but he's doing a job for you guys at the moment.
well, you know what I mean. He's got 4 goals from that position now. He's got 4 goals: 2 against Leicester, one against was it who was it against the other one? I can't remember, and then one against Chelsea. So,
Oh yeah. Did he score against Menu? Was it him against Menu?
uh,
No.
no,
Okay.
oh God, my mind is gone.
It is Rice. Rice scored against Menu.
It was Deckers, yeah, it was Deckers that
Yeah,
scored.
Declan Rice scored.
He scored in the Champions League, Marino did.
Yeah, yes.
So he's doing, look, it is what it is, man. He's not going to go on a bursting running behind the defence, he's not going to have some fantastic link up play. He's literally kind of like an old school kind of target man in the box.
Hmm.
He's a big guy, good in the air. If you hang a ball up to him, he's got a good chance of finishing it. And he's got a decent left foot, so.
So Arteta, what's your feeling on him at the moment? On him this season,
You know
has he
what,
done
bruv?
enough, or
You know what it
are
is?
the owners to blame?
You know what it is? I think the Arsenal fans will be gracious this season. They'll be gracious. I think they'll give him the benefit of the doubt because of the injury situation.
Mm.
Um, even though the fact that he had time in the January window to remedy what they should have done in the summer, and they didn't. But I think fans will still give him the benefit of the doubt. We're still maintaining second place with none of our four main forwards. Well, Martinelli's just come back. To do that is a feat, really, because I don't know. It's kind of picking at what you can pick at, because there's not much to pick from the season. But if there's anything to pick at, is the fact that we've managed to maintain our position. Because if you take away the first main four forwards from any club, I'd like to see how they will cope. I'd like to see how Liverpool will cope without Salah, Diaz, Jota, and Gakpo. None of them. From December onwards, that's a madness. With that being said, it is what it is. Should the club have prepared better? Yes, absolutely. We let all of those attacking players go in the summer. Reece Nelson, ESR, Vieira, all of them went. And what did we have coming in? Just Sterling. So
you don't even use.
Exactly. So I think this summer will be a big one for Arteta. I think he has to get it right. If he doesn't get it right, then it's going to be peak for him next season. I think the fans will start getting on his back.
Okay, so back to the game. Who's your stand-up player? Who?
I would say probably Timber.
Yeah.
Timber played really well. Yeah, Timber. I think Partey kept the midfield ticking over quite nicely. But I think Timber, and I like what Gabriel did as well. Gabriel was just not having it. He was dogged.
Am I right in saying that Martinelli came off with a knock as well?
It looked like he had a strain, yeah, but it could be because, he's had that hamstring injury. They can recur quite easily, really.
Yeah.
And I get the sense that he was maybe rushed back because it was a severe
he was supposed
tear.
to be back after international break, isn't it? Originally,
he was supposed to be back afterwards. Yeah, I mean, he didn't pop it like what Saka did, but it was a severe tear, not the grade 4 tear or whatever they call it. But he came back a bit quick for my liking. But it is what it is.
Okay. So for me, watching the game, I just thought to myself, Raya got unlucky at one point for a Cucurella shot. As good as he's having, he's got a few clangers in him. I've noticed that started coming out here and there, and he seems to always get away with it. And he got very lucky on that one. But your back four is just so solid. You look across the back four, it just keeps you in games. Skelly had another good game just before going for England. He's positive. He's someone who's not a natural left back. It's a good little sign for him. Whether he'll eventually move into centre midfield, who knows? But at the moment, it's almost like signing Calafiori was a waste of time. You could have spent that money on a striker.
You ask most Arsenal fans, they'll tell you the same thing. They couldn't understand the signing of Calafiori or Merino for that fact. It was a bit bemusing.
They were happy. They were happy in the summer though when they got Calafiori. It seemed that way. But I think at the time they thought you were getting a striker, so you're happy you got someone, but you always thought you were going to get a striker. So there wasn't a case where you're like,
precisely.
What have you got him for?
But you know what? Doing the research I did on Calafiori before he came, I saw his injury record, which is terrible. So it's no surprise to me that his first season at Arsenal has been stop-start with injuries. So
that's fair. That's fair. Okay, so what we'll do now, as it's an Arsenal show, not my own, I will not take part in this.
No.
But
come on now.
This is play ratings. This is play ratings for you guys.
This is play ratings,
we'll do your play ratings. Starting off with the goalkeeper, of course. So Raya, out of 10, what do you give him?
I'm going to give him a safe 6 out of 10. He obviously had that clanger, which he got away with. But other than that, relatively safe. Good kicking. There was a lot of good distribution from his distribution is really good. And kind of like that cut that they got this new term now called the goal player, not goalkeeper, the goal player they're calling it.
It's almost a sweeper. Yeah, it's almost a sweeper.
Yeah, he does that really well. He's quick, comes out way beyond the edge of his box. He can mop up. He's got a good pass on him. So, yeah, he did have the little clanger, but I wouldn't drop him to a 5 because of that.
Okay. So moving on to Lewis Skelly, left back.
Skilly, I'm gonna go. Wait, I've got my ratings here written down as well. Yeah, Skelly, I'm gonna go 7.
Mm.
I'm gonna go 7. Solid. He's good at progressing the ball, as you know, because he's a midfielder by trade. He's a ball carrying midfielder. So yeah, he played really well. Was quite solid. Nothing really got past him in that respect. He didn't get exposed. I was wondering if Chelsea would try and expose him in terms of sometimes if there's a bigger guy that's on his shoulder, having a run in behind him, that's probably where he can become a bit unstuck, which has resulted in a couple of red cards as we know. But that didn't happen against Chelsea. He was relatively all right. So good at going forward, which is brilliant. But for me, first and foremost, I like my defenders to defend. Personally,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, Gabriel.
Mr. Reliable, 7. Yeah,
Okay.
7. Solid. I mean, there wasn't a big striker for him to have a battle against. He loves a good old battle, Gabriel. There wasn't a big guy up front for Chelsea to kind of do that with. It was Nkunku, who's a much smaller guy.
It was
Different
Neto,
kind
really.
of.
It was Neto,
Yeah,
really. That was mainly trying.
Neto was trying it off the right hand side, wasn't he? But he didn't get much joy out of Skelly. Yeah, I noticed he kept coming inside a lot. So yeah, I'll go 7 for Gabriel.
Okay, Saliba.
Again, 7. Solid. Won some good tackles, reliable. Again, not going to be his most difficult day, compared to playing up against someone like Isaac or or Chris Wood or someone like that who are physically strong players. So a bit of a walk in the park kind of day for our centre backs, I would say, to be honest. But they played well and they were solid.
Okay, Timber.
Timber was the man for me. A lot of cutting edge, but also reliable defensively. He is the problem we're going to have now is next season when we've got a selection headache with Timber and Ben White, because we've got Timber, yeah, but a lot of people are kind of being a little bit disrespectful for me towards Ben White. They're forgetting that partnership that he has with Saka, which is lethal. The last 2 seasons before this year, them two have been so productive on the right hand side. So I would say to people, don't write off Ben White just yet, even though Timber's performing well. It's good to see him come back from that serious ACL injury. But yeah, he enjoyed his performance today. He kept who was playing on that Chelsea left?
Nkunku.
It was Nkunku playing on the left.
But Sancho, they rotated. Nkunku sometimes, Sancho, sometimes Neto. All 3 of them kind of rotated a bit.
Yeah, they didn't have no joy at all, really. And it was nice when he had that little handshake with Maresca. That was nice, man. Man of the match just for that.
Okay, cool. Declan Rice.
A solid 7 again. Deckers was solid. He against his childhood club. He was at Chelsea's academy, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Defensively, really good. There was a little stamp by Fofana, wasn't there? Fofana gave him
that was a bit
naughty. It was a bit naughty, yeah. I'm surprised the referee didn't do much about that, but Decker's got up and got on with it. Solid. Nothing spectacular, but solid.
Okay, Thomas Partey.
Thomas was a 7 for me again. There's sometimes in some games when you watch Partey, he's got this ability to slow the game down. When he's on the ball, he's got good peripheral vision as well. Sometimes he can be a little bit slow on the ball. That's the only thing. But he's got this ability to just get his head up and look forward and not just always go for the easy sideways or backwards pass. And I like that about him. If only he was a few years younger. But I think we're getting to the stage of him where we've got a really important decision to make. I'd love to keep him, give him a 2-year extension and just reduce his playing time. But I don't think it's someone I would want to see leave, but he might want more playing time. Rumor has it that Barcelona are interested. We'll see. But
they're interested in everyone, man.
Yeah, anyone who's free or near enough free.
Yeah. Moving on to Odegaard.
Odegaard, there was a bit of industry about him today. Got the assist for the goal, obviously. It was a good ball in. Nice flicked header from Merino.
Mm.
But sometimes he flatters to deceive. There was a couple of good flicks and tricks. There was that little flick that he did around. Who was it that he flicked the ball around? Was it around Fofana? Was it Fofana or
I
Colwell?
think it was. No, I think it was Kobo.
Yeah, that was a nice little Bergkamp kind of flick what he did. But a flick is a flick. If you, yeah, I don't really care too tough about it. There's times in the match where I'm looking for him as the main creative spark to do a bit more, and the captain as well. But something that I've noticed over the last few seasons, statistically, Odegaard is the most substitute captain.
Yeah, he is again
in
today.
the Premier League.
Well, yesterday, yeah.
Yeah, he's the most
90th
substitute
minute
captain.
this time, though.
Yeah, I know, but he got subbed last game as well. He's the most subs captain. And that kind of tells you a thing or two to me, anyway.
Okay, we'll move on to Trossard.
What did I get for Trossard? Yeah, this is a funny one because sometimes I love watching Trossard play.
Oh, sorry, hold on. What did you give Odegaard?
Oh, Odegaard, I give him a 6.5.
6.5. Okay.
Yeah, because there were points in the game where I'm looking for him to do more. I'm looking for him. You know what I mean? I want him to have. I mean, I know they're absolutely pants at the moment, but the influence that someone like Bruno has at Man U,
Yeah, he's killing it. To be fair,
he's killing it, and he always does. To be honest, he's always influential one way or another. If it's a tackle or if it's a ball that he's putting in or if it's a goal. In a poor Man United team, he's so influential. So in this kind of much more, better performing Arsenal team, I'm looking for Odegaard to have more fun and more kind of stranglehold on the games, but he's not really. So 6.5 anyway.
Okay, so Trossard.
Trossard, I'm giving a 6.
Okay.
He's a player that's quite frustrating. As I said to you earlier, he's someone who seems to play better from the bench.
Okay. Martinelli.
6. He's not at his, but I give him a blight because he's not at his peak at the moment.
Yeah. No, he's not really fully fit.
Yeah, but a lot of Arsenal fans were getting a bit annoyed with him, kind of frustrated with him. But I'm like, come on, the guy's been out for a few weeks. Like, he's got to get match fit. He's got to get sharp again. He's got to find his shooting boots again. And then people are saying, well, he hasn't had his shooting boots on for the last 18 months, which is true.
Yeah,
but
his name's Martin now, isn't it? Not Martinelli.
But as usual, he had chances to do more, but I don't know if it's confidence, maybe he's the injury that he had or whatever it is, I don't know, but he just didn't. Yeah.
Okay. Merino,
I give Merino a 7. Works hard, he runs about up top there. He hasn't got, he's not really got any airs and graces about him. He's just a bit of a workhorse. So lovely goal. I'd give him a 7.5 actually, just for the way that wasn't an easy header to direct goalwards. It was a nice header.
Okay. So your last two, your subs. When Yeri comes on 79th minute, what are you giving him?
I'm not giving him a rating.
There's not much.
I'm not giving him. Yeah, I wouldn't give him a rating because it would be unfair because he was only on for 11 minutes and he didn't really.
They gets the baseline 6.
Yeah,
gets the baseline 6 and Tierney 90th minute baseline 6 as well.
Yeah, it's unfair to for me to give them a rating.
Okay, so this has been the first show back for our little post-match show, and we'll be doing the rest. What? How many games you got left? 9 more games left this season?
Yeah, 9 more. Yeah, 9 more painful games. I wish it would just be over now. You lot might as well just have the title now. What's the point? There's just no point, bruv.
Listen, I'm waiting for the Guard of Honor. That's what I want. I want the Guard of Honor.
You can have the Guard of Honor, man. You can have the Guard. That's. I don't know why some people are getting so worked up about the Guard of Honor.
It's because when you're battling someone, innit? It's just a little bit nicer. Because we weren't expected to be here, innit? So
yeah, but nothing's going to be worse than winning the title in the last minute on your ground, innit?
Yeah,
we
have to claw it back bit by bit, bro.
Nothing's going to beat that.
Bit by bit.
Thomas in the last minute is not going to beat that, so it's all good.
Yeah, we'll give you that one. We'll give you that one.
No, you deserve it. Well, Salah deserves it. Salah alone deserves it, man. So, monster season from him. Arguably the best season from any player, title-winning player.
Yeah, I think
Arguably.
statistically it probably will be, but if depending on what happens after international break, because there's a lot to. There's still a lot of games to go, and touch wood, no further injuries.
Yeah, but like I said, arguably the best season from a title-winning player in the history of the Premier League. I mean, I'm not buying into all this stuff. Oh, it's been a poor season. Man City have been off. Arsenal haven't had those strikers. It doesn't matter. You still got to do the business, and he's done it. So, got to give it to him, man.
I hear that. Well, we'll put it to end here. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to share and to hit that notification bell so you can be ready for the next episode next week or 2 weeks time because we've got international break now, haven't we? So take it easy, guys. Peace out.
Cool.